We back.
We back.
Every week at 6.
Every week at 6.
Crack 'em if you got 'em, son.
Hey fellas, guess what?
What up?
It's Eagles week, baby.
The worst week of the year, but the best week of the year,
It's
too.
the best, but it's the worst. You're still feeling good from the other game, aren't you? From that LA game, aren't you?
I'm still drunk.
Hey, man, that was a great game, and we did crack them hard that game. I don't even know how many drinks we went through, but we went through a couple.
Well, I'll tell you, we went through 32. We went through 42 beers. 42. I was gonna say 42 beers. We don't drink beers.
Hey, it can be a marathon and a sprint when you come and drink on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Well, that's the and we had the following Monday off because it was Canadian Thanksgiving, so all bets are off. Let's just say we hit it hard. We cracked a few, had a great time, and it was all made better by the big W, the big George W.
Another big George W. Unexpected, but expected now.
Expected. Cooper Rush did it. He did it.
In Rush, we trust.
Rush Hour Part 4, baby.
Can we just do a quick shout out?
If they do a Mount Rushmore of backup QBs, Cooper Rush will be on that Mount.
He's definitely being sold in the gift shop.
Yeah, we can do a shout out. If you're listening to this on Spotify, you just heard Alex do an intro, but we're gonna double dip on the intro. Anything Cowboys Can Fan, you can go to www.cowboyscanfan.com. That is our host spot to all of our social media pages. We got Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. We got it all. It's at Cowboys Can Fan, unless it's on the YouTube, which you're on right now, which is Cowboys Can Fan Podcast. Anything you are on or listening or watching, please hit the subscribe and like button. It helps grow the channel because we're busting our asses to try grow this channel. We want to be the #1 stop for anything Dallas Cowboys, no matter how wrong we are about this shit we talk about sometimes.
And that's often.
Why would you say that we would be wrong? Like, it's our
Hey,
opinions.
I'm just throwing a disclaimer out there.
Being honest.
I'm being honest. This is what you get. And we are the #1 fastest growing Cowboys podcast in the world, and I will debate anybody on those facts.
Zagama Beach.
So how you guys doing over there?
I'm good. I'm
You guys
feeling good.
got a crack 'em going or what?
I do have a crack 'em going.
Crack 'em if you got it. You can't get into the episode until you get a crack 'em going. It's sitting there with a loaded gun.
It's been a long week so far, and it's just Wednesday. That's how I feel.
It's just Wednesday, and Eagles week's kind of nice because Cowboys fans kind of unite together because we know we have a bigger enemy this week. We set aside our arguments with each other, and we know the biggest scumbag in the room is the guy in the Philadelphia Eagles jersey.
Yeah, but just by because you know it of his team, but he also looks like the biggest.
He looks like he wouldn't even need to have a jersey. You could be in a room with 50 people, and you'll be able to point out the Philly fan.
And he's a disgusting pig.
But yeah, it is Eagles week. Before we jump into the Cowboys-Eagles talk, there was a few things I wanted to talk about because this is a football podcast at the end of the day. There was a few big things that happened in the NFL last week that kind of shook some stuff up and kind of impacted the Cowboys play and one of our best players. It affects Micah Parsons. There's been a lot of noise about these very terrible roughing the passer calls. There was 2 of them. There was one in the Tampa Bay Atlanta game that had a direct output or direct effect on the outcome of that game. And Alex, you have this up right now. I just kind of want to talk about this before we get into anything Cowboys, just because the NFL a couple years ago, they couldn't figure out what a catch was or what a touchdown was. And it's like now we're into this new phase of no one knows what roughing the passer is. And if this is the direction the NFL is going, which I think might be a little bit influenced by what happened with Tua Tagovailoa, but if this is the direction the NFL is going, I would not want to grow up being a defensive line player or a defensive player at all. So run this. So what's it say here? Tom Brady trying to kick an opposing player, immediately getting up and begging for a roughing the passer call and getting it is the most Tom fucking Brady thing I've ever seen. That was by Christopher Powers at CPowers14 on Twitter. So let's see this clip. Have you guys seen this?
I have.
Yeah.
It's a quick clip, but this is what we got to deal with when we're rogue media agents online here. So it'll loop for us. So see it again. It's quick to see, but he just wraps him up and rolls with him. Either you can Either you have to do that. I think where it came from was him being slammed on the ground after.
That's what it is. They're saying he body slammed him. But do you consider that that's
No, it's a fucking roll. It's a
What's your
rollover.
alternative?
That is how Tua did get hurt. But it's like, because you have this one instance, you're going to change. Like, what else is that defensive player supposed to do? The guy's 300 and whatever pounds. He's running in full speed. He's got the go. What's he supposed to do? Let go of the guy as he's rolling down?
Yeah, and the alternative is, okay, then don't let QBs tuck balls so that the defense can go for the ball, or he's going to crack him in the fucking back with a spear.
I just hate that we're getting in this unknown territory of this sacking the court. And it happened back-to-back almost games this week. Like, it happened in this game, and then the following Monday nighter, it also happened in the Raiders at Kansas City game.
I'm going to pull that one
and
up, too.
This is the same thing. Like, I'll kind of set it up for you guys. I think it was Chris Jones it was the Raiders player hit. Actually, I can't even remember who the fuck it was. You got to get it up here. But he comes in, he hits him from behind. I'm pretty sure it was Chris Jones, actually.
The roughing the passer, sorry.
Yeah, the roughing the passer. Chris Jones comes out and he hits Derek Carr from kind of the back, but they end up calling it a roughing the passer because he lands all of his weight on him, they say. Yeah, Chris Jones tackles Derek Carr here. And this just looks, he strips the ball off him, he recovers the ball, and then, like, I just do not see in any world how that is a roughing the passer.
It's not. That's like, these are not fair. And we're watching this one in slow motion too, but like, exactly at some point
that makes it even worse. Like, what's a defensive player supposed to do in fast motion? Like, is this Chris Jones guy that's coming in to make a play supposed to try to, like, I don't understand what else he can do there.
So when I watch these, what I do, and I'm by no means an NFL referee, although I have been,
you could be.
I have been rejected thrice from the from the pool, but I think what you have to look for is, like, what could that defender have done different? And in the case of Tom Brady, there's more argument, and people will hate that. I don't really give a shit. It's Tom Brady. I'm just saying there is more argument that you can clearly say, well, he shouldn't have whipped him at the end. It's like, okay, I think that
shouldn't so hard.
Shouldn't have whipped his nay-nay.
Shouldn't have whipped his nay-nay. I don't agree with that. I'm saying that's the argument that can be made.
Yep.
Here, I don't see really anything he could have done aside from, again, not play football and not hit the QB. He literally stripped the ball from that hit, and he went for the ball. It's momentum.
I hate the direction we're going. Yes, Tua had a very serious injury happen, but the secondary injury to Tua wasn't because of a defensive player. It was because of ill management of the team. You know what I mean? It had nothing to do with how the guy hit Tua the second time. It was more so the fact that Tua was even in there.
Well, hang on.
So this isn't the Micah thing. I want this. So this is how it's going to directly affect defensive players in the league. This wasn't, and Micah Parsons posted this on Twitter. We won't call this, but we'll call a roughing the passer. LOL. Can we focus in and protect defensive players? Like, this is the issue. Defensive players are getting so much stacked against them, and this isn't even being called.
And the thing is, it's like, yeah, but what about how's he at danger? Well, the pressure the amount of pounds, I don't know what the proper terminology, but the power in the legs right now, when you're getting pulled off your side like that, like, there is lots of more room for you to be.
ACL tear.
Exactly.
You catch your cleat in the grass, and bye-bye ACL or MCL or PCL or TCL or FCL, or any of the CLs.
Yeah. So what we're looking at is just a photo from Michael Parsons, like Anth mentioned, and it's one of the Rams. Who's that?
It's their right tackle.
The right tackle holding.
Basically, it looks like
cuddling him almost.
It looks like Micah Parsons is in a bar fight, and the bouncer's trying to stop him from getting at someone.
Yeah, or it looks like they're cuddling at nighttime.
Or cuddling.
But there is also
spoon.
this, and I just want you to watch Micah Parsons on this play. This is to win the game. Ball game? Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. Doesn't show us the time.
We were very drunk at this point. Yeah, it's when he tackles him, gets the strip sack, and we recovered.
But then here's this same play in slow motion.
Same thing, yeah. He's getting held there. And again, the hold was never called. But you'll see these weak ass, like, that is, like you said, Alex, that it's just as, when a guy's coming off the edge like that and you grab him like that with the force, there's just as big a chance of injury as a quarterback getting tackled from behind or whipped down.
Yeah, that's still holding, I think, but
Oh, fuck yeah, that's holding.
But it wasn't as egregious as the like.
Still holding.
It's still holding. Yeah, it's still like we were talking. I don't know if it was on the show or not, but about how strong these O linemen are. A lot of them, once they shave off weight, they look like fucking Mr. Olympia.
Yep.
And so that one arm, they might just look like kind of big dudes, but they're also very powerful, strong dudes.
I just hate the gray area in NFL reffing.
Yeah.
Where there's just no consistency to it. And with all the media attention that these last two roughing the passer hits have had, I feel like that's not the last we see of these weird calls in the future.
It's kind
Ladies
of...
and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
Go for it.
So EJ saying in the chat, apparently that's not considered holding because Micah used a rip move. According to the rule, search up holding rule doesn't count on rip moves.
What about the first picture though? That first picture, I don't care what move he did. He's being choked like that. That's a hold. I don't care because a guy did a move to you. You can't do that to him.
Yeah. It's the finger clutch. I think
He's literally he's on his back and he's got his arm coming across.
Yeah, and obviously
maybe the second one because Micah ripped and then when he rips, he's on the other side.
Yeah,
but in this situation, that doesn't cut it. Like that, he's at Matthew Stafford at this point.
I also don't understand that as an official rule. Maybe I don't know what ripping.
A rip is so as Micah comes and he rips underneath the guy's arm. So as he rips underneath, the guy's arm's naturally going to be above him or on this side of him. But in this situation, I don't care. That's the offensive lineman's fault for getting burned so bad still.
Oh yeah. No, I
can see it on the second one, like you even mentioned, Alex. It didn't look as bad, but this should have been a penalty. I don't give a fuck what Micah Parsons did.
Yeah.
That is a penalty. Where is the penalty?
Oh, poor baby.
Is that from Jingle Bells?
Jingle all the way.
Jingle all the way. Nice. Is that a new one?
I've had it before, but I never.
Oh,
been
poor
able to
baby.
Oh, poor baby.
I like it. Brick going into the toolkit.
Boots on the ground says, "What up? What up?
What
Excuse
up?
me while I smash that like button like some camera button like some. It's camera guy crossing Devonte Adams' path after a loss."
Oh, that's another thing that happened in the Raiders game. You guys saw that, obviously.
Yeah, the shove.
Devonte Adams pushing the
Cheetah! Coach, come on. Cheetah! Coach!
That's right.
Devonte Adams pushing down the camera guy or the sound guy.
Before you bring it up, while we're on the quarterback thing, can you bring up the Kevin Hart explaining what roughing the passer is supposed to look like? It's been circulating as a meme. Who in the chat asked to see it?
Well, we will find it. That's how we do it.
Chris Ruaz says, "Have you all seen Kevin Hart talk about how to sack a QB? It's hilarious.
The only shitty
As
thing
usual.
The only shitty thing is it is an NFL.
Well, we'll see. Yeah,
it's NFL, so we might get flagged for it if we play it.
Let me look and see what version we got here.
So
It's science.
we won't touch too much more on the Rams game. It was awesome that we got a win at AT&T West. It was awesome. Boots on the ground was there sending a bunch of sweet videos. I'm glad we're moved past it. I'm glad we got that W. A piece of information I will say right now while Alex is watching or looking for this video, Cooper Rush has pretty much been slated in as being the starter for this game. I know some of us wanted Dak in.
I dropped Dak in my fantasy league, picked up Rush Hour for Sunday's game.
Why would you drop Dak?
Because he's still out. I'll pick him back up. No one in my league that I have him in will pick him up anyways.
Really? A top 10 fantasy football quarterback.
I have my one QB's on.
Is it a 2 quarterback
it's
league?
It's a 2 quarterback
And you
league.
dropped Dak Prescott.
I had to.
You're stupid.
I had to. I my guy's on a bye this week, so I had to pick up a quarterback.
Yeah. I think you're gonna regret that, Monfrere. Apparently, this is Kevin Hart bit about roughing the passer wasn't a bit.
Don't you do me without that. Now make sure I'm safe.
So they're saying this is how you have to tackle a quarterback?
Yeah.
I get cold. No, I'm not good.
He's so little.
No, one of y'all give me a story. There we go. Say something nice. There you go. There you go.
It's true though.
My back.
Yeah.
Even the mouse named Kevin.
Y'all got something to let
It's unfortunate that it's getting to that point.
I was gonna say before cutting you off.
That's how we do up in this biatch.
Cut him off. Cut him off. Cut him off. Cut him off. Cut him off.
It seems like maybe not every year and a half, the NFL goes through another one of these like questions in the rule book, and it's it's funny. The league and these rules are built by lawyers. So lawyers come in and help with the speak of it all.
Language,
Yeah.
lawyer speak.
Exactly. So it could be more clear if they didn't have to if they weren't going to have coaches out there who are also thinking like lawyers and trying to like Belichick is a great example. I'm sure there's other ones. But that's my old school mind. He figures out how to work around, and he's been caught because he's pushed that line too much in the past.
But with saying that, do you think either of those two clips that we watched of those dudes tackling Tom Brady and Derek Carr, should those have been penalties, even with whatever language they have? Those just look like football tackles.
I don't think so. But what the point made, which was interesting, that EJ Savage shared with us, that rule.
Yep.
Yeah. That's just kind of, I don't agree with it. But like I said, like what was it a couple years ago was another.
There's the catch, the touchdown.
That's
stuff.
right. So these things come up.
Calvin Johnson rule, the Des Bryant thing,
Yes,
like that.
They come up every so often where it's like they need to iron out this detail that hasn't really been looked at. Now,
it's like a shirt that's on the ground. You got to pick it up and you got to iron it, and then you throw it on the ground again. You got to pick it up again and iron it.
The only thing that I can say that's positive about this is that I think that this has been an issue for a while, and now it's been compounded by a couple things, the Tua injury and then these two things. So hopefully it shines more light on it where they like make it a little bit more clear. And I really think that from what I've seen, Michael Parsons, watching him specifically, and a lot of football players, really, their tackling has changed quite a bit. I don't think they need to be as protective to the QB in those hits that we just saw.
No, fuck no.
Yeah.
That Derek Carr, that Chris Jones on Derek Carr, that is your prototypical guy coming behind a quarterback, hits the ball out, recovers it as he's falling. That's how those guys are taught to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's how they get taught since they were in Pop Warner to tackle a quarterback.
They're wrapping them up.
That's a dream. That's a dream situation. He stayed away. I think anything to the head should be a penalty.
Yes.
But you tackle the guy. Oh my God, you landed on him with your body weight. That is fucking football, dude. Like, at what situation do you have to kind of say, okay, enough's enough? Like, what are you supposed to do in that situation?
Well, what do you think?
Clothesline the guy?
What do you think about those plays needing to be reviewable?
I don't think it'll ever happen.
I don't think it'll ever happen. I mean,
as far as the reviewing stuff in a situation like that, they'll always side with the ref's call. It's the same as you can challenge a pass interference. You just never see it happen because they'll never side the opposite way.
they don't want to claim that they were wrong.
Yeah, they don't want to ruin their integrity.
But what if they miscall a touchdown like that?
That's automatically reviewable though.
I know,
but
right.
That's what they did with touchdowns, right? Like if someone, that's
so
why
that
you'll
they,
see.
So they stopped it.
That's why you'll see with fumbles. A lot of the time, even if it doesn't look like it was a fumble, the ref won't blow the whistle because no matter what, if it looks like a fumble and someone picks it up, it's going to be automatically reviewed because it's a turnover. Whereas if they blow the whistle and say it wasn't a fumble, you can't review it.
I forget who.
So you'll see them run through the play a lot.
And then,
A difference, I think, which is difficult, and there might be another. There might
in
be
these
another.
difficult times, we're gonna hold hands.
There might be another.
Yeah, there's the
those
first
were
one.
cold and clammy. There might be another.
mine?
Yeah, no, just kidding.
Oh shit!
There might be another.
I took offense to that.
Oh, sorry about that. Whammy.
There might be another thing that's out there that's common in football that they do. That they are able to throw that red flag at, but those things are typically like what we were just discussing. Those two examples, they're like technical things. Did the ball hit the ground? This is more of like objectively. Do you think
I don't think you'll ever be able to review it.
Yeah.
Well, here's I believe it was Pat McAfee who was talking. Where they were talking about how this is weeks ago, I think, when they were talking about a couple other bad calls that were happening in the NFL, and you just need
That never happens. There's never bad calls in the NFL.
But why not have a call it a third party who's not part of that ref team that does the reviews, or someone that's quicker. The one
review
reason
is,
the one,
right?
The one reason that
The head ref does.
the
goes
one
over and
reason
reviews it.
that
Or you mean
No,
when
no,
it's
he-
like on you mean like a turnover or something.
Well, the review goes to a
a third party.
Sorry,
yeah.
but what I mean
But
is
it's part of that officiating team.
yes,
yeah. But,
okay.
but what I'm getting at is you got to get people that are a little bit technologically fast. Like you could look at how quick you could review a play. They take so much time. There's so many angles that you could go through
Throw up a Twitter poll.
shots right now.
Sorry.
But the reason they won't call all these plays is that every fucking play would probably be
Be
a call, and
reviewable.
it would be such a long, drawn out game.
But what you said about the third party, the refs are that third party, right? You got two parties playing a game.
I know.
The ref is supposed to be that third party.
Yeah, so you need a fourth party.
Yeah, which the reviews are nice how they are right now. The game's already 3.5 hours, 4 hours long. Yeah. It's tough to get past that. Let's jump into some Cowboys stuff. Before we hit this article, like I was saying, Cooper Rush has been announced to more than likely be the starter for this week's game. Dak was throwing today.
Looking tough.
Dak was throwing today. They interviewed not Amari Cooper. Damn. I almost
Ooh,
fucked up there.
ouchie, douchie.
I slipped back into my memories and wants.
Said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Ooh, it's back, baby.
CeeDee Lamb was interviewed, and he had said that Dak Prescott had some zip on the ball. So I don't think he'll be playing. They left it open. Some people have asked if he could possibly be the backup quarterback going into Sunday's game, but I don't think he'll.
What was it? What was his exact quote? His exact quote was like, "Ask the receivers."
Well, yeah, So they asked Dak how the ball was, and he said, "Ask the receivers; they'll tell you that there was some."
And you don't put your starting quarterback in as a backup.
No, if he's not going to start the game, he's not going to be there as a backup. He's either starting or he's sitting out another week.
Chris Ruiz says, I think it's a great idea starting Rush this week. Dak should start against Lions or Bears. It's a lot less pressure and gives Dak a soft game to get acclimated. I don't disagree.
And then what happens if he loses that?
Then
imagine Rush. Oh my
don't
God.
even bring it up.
Yeah, let's just hope that doesn't happen. I was going to try to get through this whole podcast, not getting into the debate. I've kind of went a little liberal with the way I've been talking to fans now. I'm just saying, I don't give a fuck if you start as quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys as long as you win the game. I don't care. I don't really care who's starting at quarterback as long as they keep stacking W's.
Hey, to jump ahead,
jump it. Just jump it. Skip rope it.
Bears at Cowboys, October 30th, 10 a.m. game. We're dressing up in Halloween.
Oh, yeah. We're going to be geared out in Halloween gear for sure. We are.
What day is it?
The 30th.
Sunday.
Florida Bears. What kind of costume are you going to go as?
I might go Mike McCarthy.
Oh, yeah.
Bearded Mike McCarthy, though.
Yeah, you could do Mike McCarthy.
You can do half Cooper Rush, half.
How am I gonna get In-N-Out Burger here, though?
Should I go as Zeke? I can't do blackface.
You can go as Zeke. You just can't paint yourself. Like, you can still be Zeke.
Hey, listen, I would never.
I know you
can tattoo your whole body.
No, I have a good.
You should let us give you Zeke's nose rings that he has.
Yes.
Actually, Zeke got a dope haircut. He looks pretty slick.
Bring it up.
He looked pretty slick. I was looking at pictures of them getting on the plane to LAX. If you go to their Instagram, just go to Dallas Cowboys Instagram. Look at this. We're turning into a fashion. We're crossing over to a fashion podcast.
Well, we judge everybody on their looks.
Yeah, Zeke looks good.
Imagine when Instagram was just getting big, the smart guy who went and got all the sports tags.
Oh, yeah.
To sell them back.
Someone did it. Someone was smart enough to do it. Okay, keep going down, baby. Don't look for them like getting onto a plane. Hey, did you guys see that clip of Des Bryant signing the baby?
Yeah,
that was fucking awesome.
Was it down?
Down.
Actually, Alex could be Des. He could wear the cowboy hat, and we could just get a
AJ. Go look for the one that looks like they're at an airport, like Cooper Rush right in front of the airplane.
There's multiple photos,
but I think it's. Maybe I don't even know where I saw it. Oh, go to the CeeDee Lamb one. That's where it was.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, no, wait. No, go to that one.
Wait.
Down. Right there.
This one.
Yeah, there you go. And then you got to scroll through it. I don't even know if this is the one, to be honest.
It's all right.
There he is. There's
hey,
I'm just kidding.
This is exactly what I look like when I travel. Sleeve, weird shirt.
That's Roger Staubach.
I know, but like, it's just like
a quirky graphic.
Yeah, it's just like a quirky
like a vape 10 shirt,
like a vape 10
sweater
shirt.
Tied around because it's too hot and fucking stinky ass.
And then your $6,000 luggage.
No, well that's where we differ right there, and probably the backpack, and I'm sure that chain is worth more than my
entire wardrobe.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know.
There he is.
There's he is.
Oh, hey, I also had someone comment on one of our videos asking why the red rifle was in a video. Because of Adam.
Shut up.
I swear.
I don't believe.
I swear. I'll look it up. I'll find it. I'll find it.
You.
I'll find it, man. Okay, we're trying to find. We it's gone.
We're gonna skip.
We
after
don't even
this.
know.
This is the last one.
Okay, so
I do like that they went from wearing suits to just wearing whatever the fuck they want.
I like that.
So they look comfortable.
So Savage is saying, make no mistake, Rush is not beating the Eagles.
Wow.
Rudy Oligan says James Washington is still out.
Yep.
2. And
also
then
2 as well.
Yeah, and then Kilo. our super user, aka super admin, aka day one. Want you to shout out Eric, Sports Pro, EJ, and everyone in the chat.
Hell yeah. Hey, that's fuck yeah.
Just getting some cowboy love.
Yep.
Because a lot of times, like you said, it's cowboy on cowboy hate.
Yep.
And this week it's we have a greater team to hate. So let's
Yeah,
get,
we
let's
gotta
get,
hate those fucking Eagles, man.
let's get into it.
It's like brothers.
Well, this is still a little pre-game before talking about the game. This is 5 players the Cowboys should trade for
Sits
after
nicely,
week 5.
but it's right in between. It's
Yeah,
nicely
so
right in between.
Trade deadline is coming up, and this is just a kind of a fun thing to look at. We'll just kind of see what our thoughts are, see what chat thinks about any of these players. The Cowboys haven't been very active on the trading mid-season. The last big name that they traded for mid-season was when they traded for Amari Cooper, which basically did save that season in 2018. But right now, the way the team's playing, I just don't see us actually going out and getting anyone, which means we probably will. But I just don't see us. I don't see us pursuing anyone. But it's kind of just a fun article to go through, and
I haven't read it yet, but I did see where you got it from.
I mean, just
the Landry hat, which is our
official
home for us.
Yeah. We're the official or the
Cowboys
official.
podcast.
let's just take
on
a
the
moment.
Landry hat.
Let's just take a moment and respect this fucking stretch.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
is he
dude.
bailing or does he does he stay in line? Look at that arch.
No, that's like anime super speed. You know when they're just like.
Yeah,
But that
they
also
just
means he's
fucking
getting
pin.
burned right now.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm just saying
that is true.
It's a pretty nice.
Hey, it was from 2020. Things were different then.
So Darius Slayton, who's kind of fallen out with the Giants, but then if they trade Darius Slayton, they literally have no one else. So I don't see the Giants trading anyone at 4-1. If anyone, I think the Giants are going to try to acquire a wide receiver, not get rid of one.
Just they do have Kenny. Just hear me out. Kenny Golladay, Wan'Dale Robinson, Kadarius Toney, and Sterling Shepard.
So my only argument with this is Kadarius Toney's been hurt, has barely played. Who the fuck's Wan'Dale Robinson? And Kenny Golladay is basically fallen out of favor with them. So why trade for someone who's probably going to get cut next year?
Yeah.
And we're going.
And we don't. Sorry, I disagree. We like wide receiver is.
I thought you were going to disagree that you didn't like that photo.
I just don't
Sorry,
think
I
that that type of wide receiver is someone who is going to improve anything. It's
Right now with the guys we got, I think you roll with them.
Yeah.
I don't
so
see us
that-
bringing in Darius.
Chat
Slayton.
wants to know who could they trade and what type. Who could they trade that would have that type of impact that you were talking about?
Like who? Like get
Like who should we trade for?
Let's
I
save
know
that.
we're-
Let's save that. Let's
So
get
you're
through.
gonna
let's
do
get
this
through the
list,
5
and then
articles.
Go through the top 5.
Yeah, and then
is this top 5?
just
or
five.
this
six?
is just
Just
5.
five,
There's
yeah.
no top. It's just
Okay.
5 players.
Okay.
So that's still Slayton. Scroll on by that.
Hey, Slater.
An o-
Slayton.
An
Beat it.
old
Slater's son.
next 4. Oh yeah, Robert Quinn. So Quinn played for the Cowboys a couple years ago. He actually had a very good season with the Cowboys. He's on a team right now like the Bears. But again, here, the way our young guys are playing, why would we be trading for a 32-year-old defensive end? I'd rather see us get some of the other guys in the lineup more, like a Fowler Jr. getting more snaps, or even Dorrance Armstrong getting more snaps. I just don't see us needing the need to trade for a 32-year-old Robert Quinn, who probably would still have an impact, but we have younger guys that we don't have to give up anything for that can get reps at that position right now.
You know, I don't hate the idea, and I like his stats. And yes, he's old. Depending on the contract that would come along with it, could be something that could, if the value was going to be adding, of course, you always want this, but if it was going to be adding to that defense, you don't really want to shake up what's working. But potentially there could be some value there. So this is more interesting than the wide receiver.
But let me ask you something on this.
Yep.
Without an injury, who do you now get rid of on that defensive line to bring him in?
Yeah, exactly. So again, it's the idea of the defensive end is more interesting than the wide receiver. But that's when you ask that question to follow it up, it becomes hard.
If we
to
had-
Possibly you don't get rid of anybody. You're stocking the shelves.
But you
make
have
sure.
to. Otherwise,
Right.
you
Yeah,
have to
yeah,
get rid of someone.
someone would have to.
This would be more plausible if someone gets hurt. Like I think even at wide receiver, if we lose a CeeDee Lamb or we lose a Michael Gallup or we lose D-Law for a substantial amount of games, both these guys now become realistic trade opportunities or trade picks for us. Go ahead and do it. Crack them if you got them.
I'm touching my neck, bro.
There you go.
Yep.
An underutilized. You may as well throw me one of those two, AJ. While we're
Oh, I got it.
Oh, you
I
got
got it.
What, through there?
Yeah.
through it. Oh
Yeah,
gosh.
there we go. Ready?
That's
Let's
why
go.
you opened it up.
Let's go.
I didn't open it.
Oh
Don't throw
man,
it so hard.
do that. Don't fake me out.
You ready?
You fucking pump faked me.
Hey, you ready?
Yeah, let's hit it hard. Hit it hard and hit it fast.
I almost hit the top of the TV screen.
Nice
there.
toss. Nice toss, kid.
Oh, you got that.
You're hired.
Hey,
Okay.
should I start against the Eagles?
Probably wouldn't be much fall. Probably wouldn't be much fall off.
Ooh.
See, this intrigues me more. Number 3 here, DJ Moore from the Carolina Panthers. That intrigues me a little bit more than
Absolutely.
Darius Slayton because DJ Moore would be a great addition into this team. I honestly, they asked in chat who could be kind of like an Amari Cooper splash player, and DJ Moore is right up there. Like DJ Moore has some skill, man.
Yeah, DJ Moore is much more exciting.
DJ Moore is much more. Much more.
DJ much more
I
exciting.
see what you did there.
I would. This is something I would do, and because I think it would improve.
Are we talking to Madden
Are we
Alex
talking
right now?
Madden Alex? Or are we talking
Yeah, it is.
Cowboy Can?
So we're no strings attached. This is what you do in Madden.
This is over fucking Slayton.
Oh, definitely. Oh, I didn't know that's where you're going.
Slayton
Yes.
is. I'm not even considering or sending.
Well, no one was judging that you would take Slayton.
No, I know, but the difference is I'm not even considering the trade. I'm not even sending a follow-up.
Right.
But with DJ Moore, I'd probably send a follow-up, try to get a little bit less if I really want him, because I think the value that he could add, that's pretty. That would be pretty exciting.
Ooh.
But again, it says what's the Carolina Panthers are not going to trade him, so I don't.
Well, they might because they're kind of
Oh,
done.
they are.
Okay,
They're
so
talking about like the Bills getting Christian
Sure.
McCaffrey even like.
okay, so Kahuna, and hey Kahuna,
What up, Kahuna?
We saw you on the Tom Grossi podcast, the live stream the other day when he was sideways beer chugging. Kahuna says Slayton could give some veteran insight into the room, and he's easier to get. That's why I slightly would want him for this season. Maybe DJ in the offseason.
So cheaper option.
Yep.
Probably easier to obtain. But again, the Giants are contenders right now. Like they're 4-1. They're battling for first place in the NFC East also. And I don't think they can afford to give up anyone that's a half decent wide receiver on their team.
And then EJ says DJ Moore is better than Gallup, if we're going to be honest, but they do different things, so it's not uber comparable.
I would say like DJ Moore's kind of like a CeeDee Lamb type receiver, where Michael Gallup's more of like, I'm trying to think of someone to compare him, but I agree. DJ Moore probably has more utilization in an offense than a Michael Gallup.
And then Steve Steve, I can't say your last name unfortunately, but Steve Chili says, "What about Odell?" I think Odell's probably going to be number 1 on the list, but I'm guessing. I haven't looked at this list, but I'm assuming.
But Odell's a free agent, so you just sign him.
So guess what? You
So
just
he's
sign
not-
him. You bring him up anyways. You're right.
So they have a defensive tackle again. I just the way this defense has been playing, I'm scared to, and I'm gonna give this a go after I got coached up from someone. After seeing Osa Odigizua and how well he's been playing, and how well Neville Gallimore's been playing, and how well Tristan Hill's been playing, Carlos Watkins a good fill-in. I'm not willing to bring someone in to take any more reps from any of those players.
Right.
Osa O'Diggity, no doubt, is not
Odigizua, no doubt.
is not coming off the field.
No, he's a man child.
Yeah.
That guy's like, you want him on there as much
Again,
as possible.
Right now, I keep stepping back on what I say.
Osa's
But-
been great. Let the man develop, is what Chad's saying.
Oh,
They're agreeing
totes.
with you.
It's only second year.
I'm hard pressed to change anything in a defense that's working like it is.
Exactly.
The only thing that could happen is, like you mentioned, perhaps there's a weak point in someone's injured, or like playing at 50% under the radar type of scenario. Maybe, and it's going to be like a long-term thing. Maybe that would be something I'd look to replace. But if you're going to be bringing him Derek Brown, he's going to be starting.
You just don't want to take snaps from guys. We're developing.
EJ saying, nah, Derek Brown is elite. Who would you take? So let's say EJ, who would you take off besides Derek Brown?
Who's
then?
to say Osa's not going to be elite though? And then you take vital snaps away from him. You know what I mean?
So EJ's saying he's very, very, very good, and you could put Golston on the practice squad for Brown.
I guess Golston kind of would be the odd man out. AJ had already said it too. The way this defense is playing, I'd rather see our resources going into either bring in, like, if we're going to play this kind of devil's advocate, what position? An offensive swing tackle maybe, because if, God forbid, Tyler Smith or Terrence Steele go down, who the hell's gonna take their place?
Tyler Smith is just.
He's been playing unreal, man. And even Terrence Steele. How often have we heard Terrence Steele's name during a game? Not very often.
Barely ever.
So that means he's playing lights out also. Or even a guard mate. Well, I guess we got Jason Peters back. But I would see us taking, if I had to pick, trading for a swing tackle more so than a defensive tackle because our defense is already killing it.
Son, you wouldn't know what to do with it even if you had gotten there.
And then I could see this. Number one's a star linebacker, which is a linebacker.
Yeah, so that's exactly what Savage was saying. If you're wanting an upgrade to the defense, I think LB is the obvious choice.
Roquan Smith over LVE any day. Yeah, 100%. I agree with this one.
Because, thinking of LVE playing just kind of more of a
on the sideline.
Well, hey, he'll be as far away from the ball on the sideline as he
hasn't been terrible. LVE hasn't been terrible this year. He's actually been a lot better, but this would be a huge upgrade.
LVE's been manageable.
Oh, definitely. He hasn't really, in a live stream, if you've ever been there, if LVE is making a tackle downfield, I'm always going to say something because that's just how I am.
Do you think it's because Mike has been playing linebacker a little bit more as well?
What do you mean? Why LVE's been playing all right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Just more confident. More confident now that he's been a couple years removed from his last injury.
So a couple questions in here. Kahuna says, inject that Roquan trade into my veins.
Yeah, oh shit, yeah, man. I'm down. Hook me up with two of them.
Steve Chili saying Tyler Smith is playing like he's been in the league for years.
Yep.
Where did I have that? Sorry, I got messed up here. I have a question. Okay, so.
Oh shit, the Apple TV, something just happened. I think the plug's just, never mind. Ignore me. I'll shut up.
So you screwed me up there. So here's a question Kahuna brought up.
Today, Junior.
Sorry, I technology, all of a sudden.
That would be a good soundbite.
Yeah. Yeah, any Adam Sandler. I was going to get the, Kahuna says a defensive trade for a CB. The Eagles have depth at CB and it's proved to work. We got good safeties, but Trevon can't pull the elite play of multiple guys. No offense to AB or Lewis. I don't disagree that we could. So obviously loves seeing what we got going on in our secondary area, but it's not a bad idea to get somebody paired up because although Brown's
been playing well.
He's been playing well, but I feel like Brown's made some bigger mistakes than Diggs.
Well, yeah, he has, but has Anthony Brown, I can't remember him giving up a big play or a touchdown or looking out of place, really. You're never gonna not want more cornerback, especially if you get an elite cornerback. Yeah. I would rather us trade for a good cornerback than a defensive tackle or defensive end. If we're gonna play that route, yeah, I'd much rather get some CB depth over defensive. Like our defensive line is probably our biggest strength right now.
I think adding a CB or LB is the GTMO.
Yeah,
GTMO
is
the great
the go-to move.
The go-to move. Oh, okay. Madden talk.
I don't know.
Kilo was saying as we were going through all this that we signed a safety. Or sorry, not a safety. We signed a tight end.
Oh, I didn't even see that news, to be honest.
Where did he?
I was going to ask that too. Would you guys think of trading for a tight end?
We signed a TE from the Texans.
Oh,
is Schultz okay?
Yeah, I saw that. I did see that to our practice squad right now. So he's in the practice squad. Well, Schultze's had a very iffy. I mean, he might be battling an injury, but he's been very lackluster.
You know what's interesting too is,
Tell us.
I wouldn't make any changes with him until Dak comes back.
He's a Dacky boy.
But it is interesting because usually backup quarterbacks will lean on the tight end much more heavily than the quarterback.
That's his Noah Brown, though. Rush's Noah Brown is like that safety blanket.
I mean, possibly in the squads that Rush is playing with, he doesn't have that tight end comfortability. Like
he doesn't have Jeremy Sprinkle, his boy. Jeremy Sprinkle was around for a few years with them. But he gone.
But I agree. Obviously, Schultze doesn't have Dak, and all of a sudden I'm actually a little bit worried. I mean, now put it this: if Schultze's out and you don't have that comfort blanket, and Dak has to get out of having that comfort blanket, and I'm saying it's like Dak's had him for years. It's like 1 year of Schultze being that comfort blanket.
Two. I'd say two.
I mean, more so last year than the year before, though.
Yeah, last year definitely you could see it, but even this year before when what the fuck's his name? Why can't I think of the other tight end that we signed to a big contract?
Hendershot?
No, this is a couple years ago.
Jason Witten.
Anyways, doesn't matter. Crack him if you got him. He got injured 2 years ago, and Schulte came in and actually played pretty well. And then last year, obviously, you saw Schulte took over the starting role and he had a pretty good season. Can't believe I can't think of his name right now.
I bet you say that to all the
Okay, let's jump into some Cowboys-Eagles talk. Blake Jarwin, thank you. Was that chat?
That was surprising.
Thank you. It's just brain farted.
So first thing I do want to...
You don't have TV?
I do, but what... You didn't have Blake Jarwin on the screen?
No, but you have screen now?
Oh, yeah, I can see the screen right now.
First thing I want us to do is let's just roll through the first 5 weeks of the Eagles to get a little quick context of what the Eagles have done this season.
I like the set. Hey, I like the setup.
Got to go down.
This is what I need to do. So week 1 here.
There you go.
Eagles-Lions.
Which was a barn burner. I watched that game. It was actually a really entertaining game.
38-35. And this is when we were like, wow, Eagles scored 38 points. No biggie. Next week, Eagles 24-7 over the Vikings at home.
Which that's probably their most impressive win. I would say that Eagles-Vikings game, I was actually in Vegas at the time. I did bet on the Vikings. I lost. I should have bet on the Eagles because then they probably would have lost. But that was their most dominating game. Like their defense was playing unreal. They picked off Kirk Cousins a bunch of times, and they just had a whole team effort and just stomped the Vikings on a primetime game.
And then basically continuing that same game, 24-8 at Commanders.
Which after playing the Commanders, I can't say that's impressive.
Yeah, true.
They don't look like a very good
Well,
football.
this is-
That's
well,
when
but
that's when they sacked them 9 times.
Well, Commanders came into this game coming off two big games, I believe.
No, they were 1-1.
No, but the offense was motoring. Like,
Yeah.
if I remember, I just remember seeing. Oh wow,
Here comes the
what-
Commanders.
Carson Wentz had a good week 1.
Wentz had it right. Maybe that was what. But his
Well, so did the Lions, though. I mean,
his
even though they
fantasy
lost.
points. His fantasy points were inflated, and it was like he was like number 4 or something.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that, so.
And everybody, and then everybody was on the waiver wire.
No
just fucking
one.
tossing them in.
No one that is an NFC East fan would ever pick up Carson Wentz, as you can see. This was Eagles-Jaguars again. I mean, the Jaguars were coming off a big win against the Chargers that week. I was like, okay, maybe the Jaguars are legit. The Eagles squeaked out a win.
29-21.
29-21. And
home.
then last week we saw them, the Cardinals miss that kick in the last play of the game to try to tie it up. But I don't like.
There's if you look at okay, so do you think
doesn't scare? None of this scares me.
so? If you go back,
I ain't scared.
If you go back up, here's a quick question. I'll just a yes or no. Do you think
Into the preseason?
No. Sorry, back into week 1. So do you think the Lions have a better defense than the Dallas Cowboys?
No.
Do you think the Vikings have a better defense than
No.
Dallas Cowboys? Do you think the Commanders have a better defense than the Dallas Cowboys?
No.
Do you think the Cardinals have a better defense than Dallas Cowboys?
No.
And then I can't see because Alex is
The Jaguars.
Alex isn't fucking helping
The
me. out here.
Jaguars. You looked
think
at
the
it 3
Jags-
minutes ago.
I know,
Come on.
but hey,
You gotta
short-term
play memory.
Short-term memory.
The Jags.
60% of the time.
So
it
one
works.
one other quick
every time.
what I was looking at really quickly was
Totally doesn't
just-
even know what I was going on. I was going on a tangent here. I just think that the Cowboys get so much shit about our schedule being a soft schedule. Like, what is this?
Yeah. The only, like I said, the only game.
Show me a Super Bowl. Show me a Super Bowl contending team in the last 2 years on this.
You mean someone that played in the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
There ain't one.
How many teams did we play that were in the Super Bowl?
Last year, 2.
And then the last 2 years, how many?
3.
Exactly.
We've beat 2 of them.
But guess what? Cowboys have a soft schedule, dog.
Yeah. It's tough to look at schedules.
Hey.
But
Cowboys got a soft schedule.
the Eagles-Vikings game is the only one that was impressive to me. The rest of them, it's like, okay. You beat those teams. You should have beat those teams. And they're now, the Eagles fans are saying the same shit about the Cowboys schedule. Well, the LA Rams aren't the same team as they were last year. Oh, and it's not the thing with our wins. They've all been we've kept every opponent under 20 points, even the game we lost. And our defense has been beating the shit out of people. We just have to basically, I think I've said this the last few games. It's a race to 20, basically. If we can get to 20 before the Eagles, I feel like we secure this game.
Steve Chili says, I think the Eagles have the easiest schedule thus far. And I agree with him. Boots on the ground, Eric. And then you can go into what you were going to talk about, which I got mad at you for cutting me off. And then you just totally shut down. You're not even engaged in this conversation.
No, because I'm looking for stuff for us to continue the conversation.
Boots on the ground says, the only thing we need to debate about Sunday is how you guys want your Eagles prepared. Grilled, deep fried. Personally, I'd go for baked Eagle stuff with a ham and cheese.
Hit by a bus. Whatever the hit by the bus and then hit continually by more vehicles.
Sorry about that. Whammy.
Boom.
So I think I found 2 opposing power rankings, which can lead us into.
We got to do NFL.com. That's the power ranking we always do.
Okay, but I do want to bring up then just in contrast and ESPN's.
Did you look at both already?
I did, yes.
You little slut.
What a little hoe.
What a little slut you are. So
if you're gonna pull it out, I'm gonna look.
So you already know what they're ranked.
I know.
Okay,
I know what they're ranked, but to be honest, I can't remember which one ranked which. So.
So NFL.com, I'll guess first. I'm thinking the Cowboys are probably 9. I'm gonna go 9. Alex already knows you have to pick next.
Is this NFL.com?
Yep.
Yeah. This one's NFL.
We were 13 back-to-back weeks.
Fucking bullshit.
So I can't imagine us going up more than 4. So I'm saying 9.
10. It's a fucking 10.
That'd be a good
10.
bite too.
And I'm gonna guess
You can't guess
5. Okay. Here we go. NFL power rankings week 6.
Just skip past the first one.
Yeah, we know who it is.
It's the fucking.
Who was it?
What the
The
fuck?
Bills.
Oh, it said resign the number 1 spot. Okay. So this is the one that I think should have, anyways. But Bills should have been there last week too. They're the better team than the Eagles. Eagles 2. Yeah, fuck. Previous 1. Kansas City 3. Previous was 3. Makes sense. San Fran with their deadly defense. See, this is the one thing that kind of irks me. The San Fran is so high up, and if we're so low, but there's pretty much
fucking bullshit.
They're pretty much winning the exact same way, running the ball. Taking the plays that they have, not turning the ball over, and playing awesome defense. But San Fran's
with their backup quarterback, or is Garoppolo is
he
Jimmy
technically started off the season as the backup. So Ravens up 2-5, Bucks up 2-6, Vikings up 2-7. And the Green Bay Packers down 4-8.
Ooh.
Wow, this is getting juicy. The Bengals at 9, down 3. Oh, Adam Bessie with the connection. 10. Fucking 10.
10.
So the Cowboys at 10. I don't hate it. I kind of think, I agree, we should be right around there. We should be.
I think that's the lowest of what I would have in my range.
Our offense, man, has just not looked very good.
Very
I think
true.
If our offense can pick it up, say our offense goes out, if we beat the Eagles and Cooper Rush has a pretty decent game,
250 yards.
Well, even say he has 150 and we beat the Eagles, I could see us jumping up like 5 spots.
Sure.
But look at this first line. The stellar Cowboys defense has produced one of my favorite, most straightforward stats of the 2022 NFL season. Dallas has allowed exactly 1 touchdown in each of its 5 games this season. They're 4-1. So go up the list. What are the other besides the Eagles? What are the other? Just give me
ranks.
Give me the ranks.
No, they're
2
scoring.
and 3.
3 Bengals.
Yeah.
3 and 2.
4-1. 3 and 2.
So
3 and 2.
Okay, so
Before Ad gives another one of those, crack them if you got them, son.
it's just it is just garbage.
Now, crack me if you got them.
Crack them if you got them.
Oh,
I'm gonna pull over the
crack me if you got them.
I'm gonna pull over
this
the
is all wet.
the ESPN rankings here.
whatever Adam's doing.
I'm gonna pull over these ESPN power rankings here, and then we're gonna just do a quick.
I'm gonna say
guess.
7.
Adam.
On the ESPN,
Yeah.
I think they're going to be a little bit better, and I think we're going to be about 8.
Okay,
Okay.
just super scroll.
Super scroll.
Just write down to them. Let's see what the Cowboys are on ESPN. Because this is
5.
crazy.
5.
Do you think they just have to? Oh, wow. Well, yeah, that was your second guess.
Yeah, but because I knew he said 5 on the NFL one, and I just went.
up 11 or up from 11. One of the two.
So what's that put our average? That averages out at about 7.
Yep.
Yeah.
Split the diff.
I'll take it.
7.5, 8.
I'm just saying, ESPN's got a little bit more love for the Cowboys, quite a significant amount more.
It just if you're just going off of stats and stuff like that, I mean, I don't know.
So they already came out with the NFL.com analysis picks for the week.
Yeah.
And only 2 of them took the Cowboys. So when we played against the Bengals,
just the way we like it.
So when we played against the Bengals, nobody took the Cowboys. When we played against the Rams, only 1 person took the Cowboys. Now we're playing against these shitty Eagles, and only 2 took the Cowboys.
Okay, so listen to this. So there's a convo going in chat right now. Obviously, EJ's involved, and he says,
Let's hear it.
Here's the fact: the Eagles in the first half are number 1 in scoring. In the second half, they're 29th.
Yeah.
So stop them in the first half, and we have a great chance to win.
Well,
and then Boots on the Ground says, Hurts is among the highest rated QBs, except if he's being blitzed and he drops to the bottom of the list.
Yeah, he like completely opposite. His PFF rankings get flipped. When he's not blitzed, he's like top 5 in every category, and then when he's blitzed, he's basically in the mid to high 20s in every category of PFF rankings. And I was actually I was gonna ask you guys. I mean, we may as well. Do you have anything on the docket quickly here, AJ?
The fact that the Bengals are listed ahead of the Cowboys makes me dismiss this whole ranking.
Well, do you have anything next to say, or I'm gonna say something?
Oh, go ahead. Yeah. No,
So
keep going. I'm pulling up shit. Don't worry.
What I wanted to talk to. Well, this is gonna be a question for both of you guys. I did put it in the chat. I don't know if you guys thought about it at all, but I'm still going to ask you. I want to know what you guys think, because we were reading articles. We'd find this article like top 3 things the Cowboys have to do to win this game, and I thought even if we just thought about it on the spot, our takes might be a little bit better than some of the articles. Not bashing any of the articles, but they were kind of. So I'm just gonna ask you guys.
Hey, were they?
Yeah, they were. I was gonna ask you guys each just to give one take that what you think the Cowboys have to do, if it be at one player or a coach, whatever it is, one absolute thing the Cowboys must do to be able to walk away beating the undefeated Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, so I'll just hop right in. Mine was going to be similar to what they're already talking about.
So Jalen Hurts
is QB spy Jalen Hurts.
So we're all on the same. We're all on the same page.
You have obviously
Lieutenant Dan. Lieutenant Dan. That's Lieutenant Dan. Oh yeah.
Oh,
you were trying to find that third B. So what's chat saying then about it? Because I do have some stats for that.
Cowboys need to spy on him every play and not let him pretend to be Lamar Jackson with the ball.
Well, this is the issue. So we've watched every play so far of the Dallas Cowboys in preseason football and obviously every regular season game. One of the glaring holes on our defense has been when we do get that initial rush that the quarterbacks have found a little bit of room to squeeze out and get some yards. Daniel Jones rushed for 79 yards against the Cowboys. Burrow didn't go as much, but there was, I'd say, 4 or 5 plays where he scrambled out and picked up big chunks on third down. We were kind of nervous what would happen when we do go and play a guy like Jalen Hurts, who is able to let's not lie, he's pretty much their running back. Like, he's their RB1. Miles Sanders is a decent running back, but Jalen Hurts is kind of, the offense goes through them running the ball and throwing the ball.
So you asked what is chat saying about that. So you're about to say, so this is what chat's saying based on what you're talking about. Donovan Wilson probably going to be the spy as he did week 3 versus White Lightning. The number one thing, we have to make their offensive line look average or below average. That's his strength. It takes, and you keep A.J. Brown Smith on lockdown if they can do it. So Jalen Hurts is the biggest threat. He's the strongest kind of team. So sorry, I thought they were telling us what we needed to do. They're also just chiming in. We'll get back to it.
You got to rush. This is what you got to do. You got to rush 4 guys.
Yep.
Instead of bringing that 5th guy, you can kind of have him come down. And if it's, like Chat said, Donald Wilson playing spy, or if it's a linebacker like Micah Parsons possibly playing spy, but you have to have a guy that's number one job is to make sure that he does not get out of the pocket. We need to force him to step up in the pocket. Like the DNs have to do what they're doing. D-Law and Fowler and Dorrance Armstrong, those guys have to basically force Jalen Hurts inside, and then you need to either, when he tries to break out, you have to have a guy spying him, ready to get up there and take him down.
Who do you make the spy? If right now in Madden you're spying Jalen Hurts, who are you spying on him?
Is Micah blitzing or not blitzing?
Oh, I think you just,
it's
going to be switch it up. I wouldn't have one player on.
You're going to switch it, but if you, that's a great idea. But guys, like they said in chat, Donovan Wilson, or obviously a Micah Parsons.
Oh yeah, sure.
Those are the guys that you're going to do. Dan Quinn's, like, if we're thinking of this, Garen fucking T, Dan Quinn is already thought about this.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't make it a huge part of their game going against Daniel Jones because they thought, okay, if Daniel Jones wants to run 15 yards against us on a play, whatever, right? But Jalen Hurts, he has 6 rushing touchdowns. He only has 4 passing touchdowns. So that is a big part of their game.
And here's something that I think is a little bit different than what you said, but it does include involving Hurts. I say, when I look at the stats here right in front of me just now, the opponents have had a much better chance at rushing the ball versus passing the ball. Take that for what it is. So, and with how our offense is, I think it's a perfect time to just really continue to push that rushing game even more so, perhaps. And not only that, it's to eat up the clock. On the defensive side for the Cowboys, I would want to take away their rushing because of how many touchdowns they got. Maybe that doesn't include Hurts necessarily. I still love the spy idea, but if we're able to say, fine, Hurts, go out there and be the hero and win the game, we're going to take away your running, and now you have to make plays and put the pressure on him to be a quarterback, really test to see if this is who he is. And maybe he's had that. I don't watch Eagles games, so maybe he's had that in the past, but nothing like what the Cowboys can bring at least.
So to play into your that's
the gist of it.
Your take here.
Yeah.
He's thrown 4 touchdowns. 3 of them were against the Commanders. So I'm just giving that to you, kind of what you're saying.
Exactly. Just challenge him to be the quarterback who everyone says he is, who I don't think he is, and make him make big plays, make him feel that pressure, make him be the one who has to win the football game, essentially, and then use our running game to disrupt their rhythm, to keep the ball in play. Who gives a shit? Like, it doesn't look like teams are getting big plays against them, but if we can average 5 yards per rushing against them, then we can do that. We can literally march down the field on that.
So here's a funny stat, or a good stat, that plays into one of our favorite players.
You said funny?
Trevon Diggs has not played against Jalen Hurts without having an interception. Anytime he's suited up against him, he has recorded an interception.
Even in college?
I don't know.
Jesus, you're having a fucking.
I don't know if
having a little.
I don't know if it's in college also, but definitely in the NFL when it's Eagles Cowboys.
Right.
Which is sweet. A guy that we haven't had Trevon Diggs have to go against when he's playing against Jalen Hurts is AJ Brown, who we're not going to argue against that guy. The guy's
solid. Solid when he's not fucking injured.
He's a beast. Guy's a beast.
So when we talk about like what we're gonna do, so obviously, like you said, if we're thinking about this stopping Jalen Hurts, like it's not, you could play the Eagles, you're gonna try to stop Jalen Hurts. So I'm curious to see how Micah is gonna be utilized. And someone in the chat said, "Rush Micah, rush Micah, rush Micah, rush Micah." Like I agree. Maybe you don't have him be the spy. You put the consistent pressure on him right off the gate, right off the bat, just to see. I think you want to punch him in the nose, basically, right out of the gate, and then start to maybe scheme him out a little bit.
You don't have to pick who's going to be the spy.
No, spies just you can have any package.
You have the players. I think that.
Sorry, I guess what I was saying is, don't have Micah play.
Possum.
Have Micah play aggressive. Put the pressure.
Have him blitz.
Have Micah blitz. Have Micah get in there.
You want a combo. You want look from my years of playing Madden in my.
With me, DJ.
Don't fuck with us and don't fuck with chat. You don't play Madden. You simulate.
Oh yeah,
this year. No. I do play a game every year, and I do play about 20.
He is
20.
fun. This is why he's Steven or Jerry Jones. He just manages, coaches, presidents.
My
GM it.
My point is, with what we have on defense, we're lucky that we don't have to like lock in 1 or 2 players. Although I would say that predominantly, I probably want to have Wilson or Curse.
You don't want LVE.
Not LVE or Parsons. Maybe even depending who it is, maybe even or depending the play, maybe even Lawrence.
Yeah.
Coach Law drops back.
Plays a little QB spy.
Boots on the ground is starting. So we're gonna take everybody's predictions.
Oh yeah, scores. Yep.
Boots on the ground says, "I'm just gonna drop my bold prediction now. Rush goes God mode and throws for 300 yards and 4 tutties, and the real QB controversy starts."
I mean, yeah, if he comes out and puts up a 300-yard game with 4 touchdowns against the Eagles, who are 5-0. Oh my God, buckle up, guys, because we are.
Aunt Bess is gonna be. Aunt Bess is going to be talking.
I've already told you. I'm going the progressive way. If someone wants to say Cooper Rush should start, if someone wants to say Dak Prescott, I'm just going to say, yeah, you know what? I don't care who's starting at quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys as long as they win football games.
Boot says, I just said that because Ultra Cowboy ain't here to fire Anthem.
Hey, so what we'll do when we do score predictions is just write them in the chat, and then we'll get them later rather than.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, because we get a lot, and I think, here they come.
Oh, shit.
The fucking Tinder bots.
Yeah, the Tinder
What did we
bots.
say?
Kilo.
What did we say?
Kilo, what did we say?
Also, if you do put your score in chat and you end up hitting that score, try to message us on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter to let us know. Just give us a screenshot of your prediction that you got it, and please don't lie.
No, look, we'll reference it with what we've written down.
Yeah.
Screenshot if you need to.
If anyone's new to chat, if you get a prediction and you get the score prediction right, you get one of these bad boy shirts, Cowboys Can Fan t-shirt. You will get one of those.
First victory was an in-house gas.
It was. Hey,
there was no way we could have colluded that.
No,
I mean, hey,
I don't want to give free t-shirts away.
It was collusion. EJ says, "Yeah, I'd rather lose this game and than have to watch Cooper Rush the rest of the season with Dak on the bench."
It won't happen.
Yeah.
Here, I brought up the Philly
depth chart.
Depth chart, and I think I always like to look at things this way and see how we match up. I actually don't know much about the stats, but I love all these cues I'm seeing.
This is definitely.
Are we bringing something up here? Talking?
Yeah, the depth chart.
What is this? What's going on?
Yeah.
Did you just pass out?
Are we?
Did you just stretch your neck?
I'm stretching my neck, bro.
Are we doing a podcast?
I'm stretching my neck, bro.
So this is definitely the, I would say, most talented team we've played. I will give credit where credit's due. Jalen Hurts is an above-average quarterback. He's been playing very well.
So hang on a sec. Over Tampa Bay.
Yeah, this is a better offense than Tampa Bay. This is the best offense we've played.
Okay.
And I like their backup is Gardner Minshew. Arguably the best backup in the league.
Well, if you're going for style points, best backup in the league's Cooper Rush, bro.
Damn, dude.
Boom.
Hey, you got
starting
served.
QB right now. He's
Boom.
Whoa! You fucking dogged me on that, dog.
Boom.
No, we gotta wait till the right time.
Headshotted. The reason this is why they're a better offense than the Tampa Bay Bucks. Their offensive line, they're all great. They probably have arguably the best offensive line in the NFL. Miles Sanders, no schlub. AJ Brown's an absolute beast. Your wide receiver 2 is Devonte Smith. Dallas Goedert, I mean, he's not going to win you a game, but he's a good blocker, and he still can pick up good first downs. Crack him if you got him, son.
Got him.
That's another
little spray.
They just have a very
juice.
they have a very talented offensive team.
Yep. What about their O-line?
Fuck them, though.
Quality?
Well, I just said. Were you guys listening to me? I said they have probably.
I was listening to you.
Here, let's rewind.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
The Eagles have probably the best offensive line in the NFL, if not top 3 at least.
And what about their defense?
Fuck them. Bunch of
So we're
bunch of
playing
bums.
solid offense versus solid defense. Meh offense versus meh.
No.
defense. Is that what you're
I
saying?
was lying. No, their defensive line's scary. Their defense is good. They're 5-0. They have a very good football team. Their defense is very good. Go back up to it before you get away. Go up to the defense here. Fletcher Cox, terrifying. Brandon Graham, very good. Jordan Davis is your backup tackle or defensive tackle, very good. Darius Slay is arguably, a lot of people will tell you, is the best corner in the NFC East. They have a very good team. James Bradbury, has been a Pro Bowler. CeeDee Lamb undressed him last year. Don't know much about their linebackers, but they have a good football team. Like this is by far our toughest game.
Do you think the Eagles this year are better than the Eagles last year?
Yeah, they are.
Do you think the Cowboys this year are better than the Cowboys last year?
No. Right now, I don't think right now the starting lineup for the defense, yes.
Yes,
defense 100%. And this defense has proven they can take over games.
So that's what I was gonna say. Like coming into this game with the amount of I don't like to use the word momentum, but I also don't like to use the word swagger, but it's exactly what our defense has right now. Got jacked up watching the sounds from the sidelines. It's like you see the defense, they feel like they're a tight group. They're gelling together. I love seeing at post-game shots of Lieutenant Dan sitting in the fucking hall, sitting in the tunnel, just going right for his players as they're coming out. I think that obviously the defense needs to do the type of noise right out of the gate in this first quarter. Shut
against the Rams.
Just exactly what we did the round.
First series, it was a fumble return for a touchdown.
Yeah, I defense right now knows that the team is on their back because they don't have Dak.
Oh, Adam writes these out before he comes.
I did. I practiced in the mirror this morning, and I wanted to look Anth in his.
I didn't even hear. I did one of you guys. I wasn't listening to what you said.
Shit, them boys is having the time of their lives.
I said the defense has. I don't even remember what I said now.
Now suck my cock.
What I brought up here, the stats to date. I think
And?
that's always fun to look at. Well, number one,
Fuck with me, AJ.
isn't it? If you just look at Cooper Rush's stats with no context, and then read the arguments online. I mean, obviously Dak Prescott has the even worse stats, but it's just a little funny to me.
Yeah, 167 yards per game, 7.1 average. He's doing what
He's doing what he needs to.
he's doing what a backup needs to be doing.
But I like the rushing game stats. Now Zeke is under 4 yards, but it's that Tony Pollard factor too, who can come in and help really increase that average because of the way that Elliott is playing the game. Right, he's in there, getting hit at the number 1 or 2 yard line, and then pushing forward to the 3 or 4. So. Running game is just looking really good. A little surprised that only 2 of those special rushes from one from CD Lamb and one from Turpin, like a jet sweep or whatever it might have been.
Yeah. You'd expect to see. I would have expected at this point to see a little bit more from Turpin in that situation because the guy is a speedster, or even just have him for some. Well, yeah, he's pretty much a jet sweep guy, but they just haven't had to rely on those type of plays to get anything going on in the running game. Like if Zeke's picking up those 4 yards and Tony Pollard has a chance to hit a home run, do you even want to take carries away from them type thing?
No, you don't. But it just is funny.
It's surprising. I think it's one of those things when Turpin's on the field. I mean, if he's lined up out there and maybe you start using that to your advantage, you're kind of expecting if he's lined up in the slot or something, he's coming for a jet sweep.
Yeah.
So they almost kind of can defend it.
I'm not complaining at all. It's just the second I can complain, that's the first thing.
Don't forget that CD Lamb one, that rush. I'm pretty sure was against Tampa Bay when they did the stupid 3 flip fucking thing right at the start. They did some crazy ass play. Like I'd rather not see that kind of shit and just hand the ball off and let someone run up between the tackles.
Absolutely.
But make no mistake, this game is a win-win game. If we win, we beat the Eagles with a backup QE. If we lose, we get to go back to Dak and get rolling.
It's true.
And then, but also this is and these are, this is from EJ. Bro, Dak threw for more touchdowns in one game last year than Rush has in 4.
Yeah, this is the thing. I've pretty much put my stance in on it. Right now, Cooper Rush is going to play. Jerry Jones came out and said when Dak's healthy, Dak is going to play. To me, there is no quarterback controversy. Yeah, it's fun to talk about. Yeah, it is sometimes fun to argue with fans that you obviously are stupid. But at this point, I just want Cooper Rush to beat the Eagles. Like I want him to beat the Eagles, even if it makes the next week after just almost intolerable to even sign into any social media account. I still want our backup quarterback to beat the Eagles. Just to be like, listen up, bitches. You just got beat by Cooper fucking Rush.
Yeah.
You got beat by Cooper Rush. Like that's what I want. I want Cooper Rush. I would love for him to have a career day against the Eagles. It would honestly make me really happy.
Yep. What else do we got on the docket there, AJ?
Well, I think we can go into our score predictions, and unless AJ had anything other special up there.
No, I just
don't want to rush you,
Cooper rush him.
I just want to Cooper rush.
We got halfway through the stats, but I think we're pretty.
I mean,
much done
what
anyways.
are we gonna? The only thing I really want to look at, possibly click the sacks.
Yeah.
So this is nice. The Cowboys right now are second in the league with 20 sacks. The only team that has more is the San Francisco 49ers with 21. Obviously, Micah's leading the race with 6, but then you got Dorrance Armstrong and DeMarcus Lawrence right behind him. And then the thing that I love about Micah is he's got the 6 sacks, but he's also leading in the TFLs, which we're huge TFL fans. Tackle for loss, I think, is a huge, very important stat that gets underlooked. Do they have rushes on here by any chance, or quarterback hurries? I don't think they do. And then obviously you have turnovers where Trevon Diggs is leading the team, I believe, with 2 interceptions. So our top guys are doing what they need to do. Trevon Diggs, actually, do they have PDs also, pass defense? So right now you got Trevon Diggs leading the team with 9. Anthony Brown has 2. You got Trevon Diggs 9 pass defensed and then 2 interceptions. The guy's playing very, very well.
The other connection here to the Eagles is a quote from Jason Peters. Is it real? Is it not? I don't know. But John Machota.
Yeah, it's real then.
Machada?
This is a real quote then.
Jason Peters says, I just know Philly fans are fucking idiots when it comes to the camaraderie, and the Cowboys, any team really, they know that. They pride themselves on being nasty. Philly fans are the wildest fans out there.
When he called them fucking idiots, I don't think he was saying it as a...
How I did it.
Yeah, I don't think he was using it as a bad term. I think it was more so like they're going to team up as a group and like they fucking hate the Cowboys.
But I like what Britt Johnson says. The obsession the Eagles fans have with the Cowboys is low-key weird as fuck. But it's vice versa.
It's vice versa. I hate, like... Well, I saw a few quotes from the Eagles fans saying this was more important than the Super Bowl. It's like, that's kind of, yeah, beating Dallas. Sorry, Garrett right there. Beating Dallas next week would be up there with Super Bowl 52. Like, really? It's week 6, dude.
Playing the Cowboys and winning is bigger than the Super Bowl, according to Eagles fans.
Like, it's week 2, man. Or sorry, week 6, man. Like, really?
I mean,
this is what I think.
I mean, I like that. I like how they're putting so much onus on that game.
Yeah, because then if they lose to our backup quarterback, it's going to hurt them that much more.
My final thought on going into this week is I think that the Eagles have more to lose than we do.
Don't think, just do.
The Eagles have more to lose than the Cowboys do. And the Cowboys have a stronger position because from what I've seen the last 2 weeks, we've been turning it up and won those games with our defense. A significant, defense won, and special teams also contributed to them as well. Whereas the Eagles' last 2 games, at least on paper, and from what we saw in the highlights while we were watching the Cowboys, they squeaked out a win last week, and then they just beat the shitty Jags by 8 points. So that's a score. So going into the week, if I'm pushing this energy onto the Eagles fans that they're nervous and the team, the onus is, or the pressure is on the Eagles to win the game.
It feels like we're playing with house money a little bit.
Well, because if
I still want the fucking
I still want to win with house money, but if you lose with house money, it's house money, man.
Well,
I want the win. It's bigger than the Super Bowl to me.
if we lose, everyone, there's that asterisk that everyone's gonna be like, well, we didn't have Dak. Defense played great. We didn't have Dak.
We're not going to lose. I honestly think we're going to win, which goes right into our score predictions.
Yeah, and just please tell me you're not betting this weekend.
I'm not betting on the Cowboys all year.
Okay, good.
I really wish I did. I wish I had been, but
and I'm not going to start taking the bets just because. So I think we don't make any money on our team this year.
That's fine. I'd rather not make money. I'd rather not make money than the first time I bet they lose.
Yeah, exactly.
Because then I'll just feel like I lost it for us.
Yeah, and then I'd be like, shit. Maybe
I'll kick off with
maybe you shouldn't pick up Miles Sanders in your fucking fantasy
I always pick
football
up Miles Sanders. Always. I've had him on my team almost every year, and he's always let me down. He never gets touchdowns. Watch, he'll get fucking 4 this week. I'd rather have 2 points from Miles Sanders than lose my fantasy game any day of the week.
When I announced it, you all said it's not possible. Come on, give me a break, man.
I'll start off with the score prediction. I'm going to go, I think it's going to be another barn-burning defensive affair. I'm going 20. I'm going to go with a weird number, 23 Cowboys. And I'm going to go with them not letting the opposition score more than 20 points. They're going to score 23-17. Cowboys Nation.
Cowboys. If you don't say,
23-17 Cowboys Nation. Pencil it in, motherfucker.
I'm going to go with...
Did you pencil it in?
It's penned in.
Ooh, that's
more
even
permanent.
That's even more permanent.
Yeah. I can scratch it out.
No, don't do
it's
that.
It's permanent.
It's pennerment.
By the way, if we get the prediction, do we get a shirt?
Yeah, fuck yeah, you get a shirt.
If any one of us get a prediction, we will do a giveaway.
Sure.
Okay, that's fair.
Just a random giveaway.
We get to choose.
Yeah,
so
we're
butter
gonna
us
choose.
up. Butter us up. I'm trying to stall so I can think of my prediction here. Goddamn.
The best thing about you right now thinking of it, Ad's still not even thinking of his.
35-19.
Oh,
Okay.
wow. Ad just did it. You think Cooper Rush and the
Cooper, I think we're going to get the monkey off our back.
7 touchdowns.
Breaking 3.
Sorry, 5 touchdowns.
By
Bad, terrible math.
the 30 burger. We haven't seen a 30 burger for a while. I'm not saying Cooper Rush is going to get. That's not part of my scoring thing. 35 tutties. Probably 4 of them are going to be from defense.
That'd be all right.
But yeah, 35-19 is my prediction.
Okay.
So I think the Cowboys get the ball back with a couple minutes and are able to run the clock down, leading by 1 point, 14-13, and then they kick a field goal to put them up 17-13.
17-13. Very specific.
Did he just precog it?
17-13 for the Cowboys over the Eagles. That's not bad. I'll take that. That's a defensive matchup. This is on Sunday Night Football too, which is nice.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I love when it's only the one game going on. There's nothing else to pay attention to. It's everyone in the nation's going to be watching.
Yeah. And you know where they're going to want to be, but we have a filter. Only the cool get through to our show.
And if anyone that's on here hasn't ever been around for a live stream, we do live stream us watch partying the game. So if you're here
or listening, listening,
did you guys want to hear some of the bold predictions and some of the scores?
Let him finish his point. Hang on. Let him finish his point. I was only chiming in to say if you're
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
No, I just want to hear the score predictions.
Okay. If you are also listening, and this is your first time here.
Yeah, we live stream the games on YouTube. We don't show the actual game, but it's kind of a watch party thing. We bullshit with everyone in chat. We have a good time. It's a fun way to watch the football game and interact with other Cowboys fans.
It's science.
That's right here on our YouTube, Cowboys Can Fan Podcast. We got to do bold predicts.
Okay, so I'll give you a couple of these but while you guys are thinking about your bold predictions. So we have Steve Chili says his prediction, and you don't have to write them down. I know you're going to write them down after. Prediction 24-14.
Well, we don't do anything with bold predictions, so fuck them.
21-14 us.
Score is more important.
It was just funny. That was fun. I thought it was
Steve Chili says 21
funny moment.
21-14 for Cowboys.
It was so sincere. That's why it was great. We don't do anything with bold predictions, so fuck them.
I think we hold them under 20 on our offense. And I think Rush drops 2 TD passes and TP rushes for another. So I hope so. I'm thinking it's a low scoring affair. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a 13-10 game. In brackets, not his prediction.
Okay.
Chris Ruiz says 25-24 Cowboys. Steve Chili says, I think Micah shuts up Jalen with another 2 to 3 sacks, and Tank grabs 1 and Diggs 2 picks.
Wow.
I would love that. I would love that stat line right there.
Maybe we will write him down there.
Micah 2 to 3 sacks, Tank gets 1, and Diggs 2 picks. Come on, dog. You like that.
Come on, man.
My wife wants to know how many dumps y'all take a day because I'm always on the toilet, and she's wondering if it's a guy thing.
It's a guy thing, and each one's at least 20 minutes.
And
I'm a double deuce.
And then he responds.
Depends what I had for dinner the night before.
And then he responds saying he is not going to be taking any dumps during the game.
No, hell no. I see that's funny, right? Yeah, exactly. How many shits do you take? I can't remember the last time I shit during a Cowboys game. Just doesn't happen. Suck that shit back in.
24-17 Cowboys. Bold prediction. Hurts throws 3 picks, 1 going for 6. They're going to boo Peters out of the stadium on the way that they did.
They'll probably throw shit at him too.
Fucking bullshit.
We at some point have to go to a Philly game, right? Like I think.
Oh, I'm scared.
I think we have to do it at some point to.
Will, we wouldn't be the only Cowboy fans.
No, I think it's one of those things you just got to take the ribbing. Maybe you don't go as crazy as we did when we were in Dallas watching the game.
Yeah.
You cheer when they go. If someone calls you a fucking bitch or a fucking pussy,
try not to get into it.
Like you're outnumbered. Like I don't want to get killed, but at the same time, fuck them. Like it's a sporting event. You're gonna throw a beer at me. Oh no. Even so, you might sucker punch me. There's still. I mean, we would be sitting lower bowl. I ain't going in the nosebleeds.
Oh, we're paying for the.
We gotta go.
We're not taking the Vince Papale seats.
No, if we went, we'd have to be at least lower bowl. I feel like there's more security in lower bowl, but I don't know. I think the scarier part might be outside the arena after the game. It's at the same. Like, is it that? It can't be that bad.
It's not that common, and to be quite honest, you probably have to be welcoming it and getting into it. Look at when we left the Raiders games, we were still jarring, playfully with some Raiders guys, and we had lost. But like, there were still we were still joking and ribbing each other, but it wasn't. No one was taking it to the next level.
I think we have to get our badge of honor at some point.
No, I maybe next year.
Go to an Eagles game.
Let's do it next year.
It might line up as the Eagles play.
We got to see
Okay, let's get our bold predictions.
Okay.
So, am I starting with the bold predictions?
Yep.
I will start off with, and I'm not going Zeke anymore. I like to still have hope that Zeke's going to have this.
I think that we've been. We haven't even brought Zeke's name up. It's very sad because we all want Zeke to be doing really, really well, and I think we're putting too much pressure on him. So I'm gonna pull it back a little bit. I'm not gonna give any more bold prediction to my man Ezekiel Elliott.
I'm gonna go my bold prediction: CeeDee Lamb, 3 touchdowns, which means Cooper Rush throws 3 touchdowns, and then CeeDee Lamb 132 yards, 3 touchdowns. And I'm gonna double down with Cooper Rush throwing 3 touchdowns. 200 and set. What's the most he's ever thrown? I don't think he's ever thrown 300 yards.
So we're going 300 yards in Minnesota last year.
No, he didn't.
Are you sure?
I'm almost positive.
Well,
but now that I'm talking shit,
let's take a look.
Now that I'm talking shit,
he threw over 300 yards.
Cooper Rush 3 touchdowns. I think he threw like 275.
Well, let's just see. We round
Cooper.
up.
Can I finish my fucking prediction or no?
No.
3 touchdowns, 325 yards.
325.
Yeah.
And 3 touchdowns.
I would have accepted fucking 250.
I do. I like that bold prediction. Are
And
you you fact checking his game?
Yeah.
What was the CeeDee Lamb?
You could be
Part of that?
you could be lying to me though.
And
3 touchdowns, 132 yards.
as everyone's quiet, Adam, do you have a bold?
Yep. My bold prediction is going to be Trayvon Diggs.
Okay.
2 interceptions.
Yep.
1 for a touchdown. Micah Parsons. 2 sacks. 1 forced fumble.
Hang on.
For a scoop and score.
Ad was right. He has thrown for 325 yards.
Sorry. 1 second. I don't think I heard.
So I got to say, what did I say? How many?
Hang on a second. I don't think my headphones are working.
You were right.
I was what?
You know, it's funny. I'm lying to you.
Shut up.
You bitch. Look how I'm glad you sure know how to take you being right.
Was I right?
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
He threw for
you hate it.
I do hate it.
You hate it.
So what did I say? I'm going to say 326 yards.
You said 325. What was he in Minnesota?
325.
Oh.
So I'm going to say 326.
That's probably why you knew that. Oh.
I don't want to call you out, but I just want to say you have not been high on Zeke. Because
I think after the first 2 games,
Adam's last three.
All Diggs and Micah. Maybe you should be high on Zeke.
At New York, it was 2 defensive touchdowns from Micah and Diggs. Okay. Versus the Rams.
Okay.
Hang on.
Let him finish.
Versus the Rams, it was Parsons fumble recovery for a touchdown. Well, you did say 150 yards for Rush. And then today he goes 2 interceptions for Diggs, 1 for a touchdown. He just had 2 sacks for Parsons.
I mean, eventually it might happen.
Okay. I'm gonna scratch. I'm gonna scratch my bold prediction.
What are you going then?
I'm gonna my bold prediction.
Oh, sorry. It was the Commanders that you said 125 yards for Zeke and 3 touchdowns. So
that's not too far away.
That was me or you?
That was you.
I've done 2 Zekes.
One of the first 2 weeks. That was only the last. Okay, so sorry.
Okay, my bold prediction
your bold prediction.
My bold
good.
prediction is Money Mayer's going to kick
Bowl.
a 60-yard field goal.
That's it.
I'm joking.
It'd have to be, for it to be bold, it'd have to be like 65.
Yeah. Or between the
oh yeah, it has to be a 35-yard kick.
Oh my goodness.
Yours is bold. I was only laughing. I was only laughing because I was like, I swear Adam picked like
Diggs and Micah.
Yeah.
Okay,
before.
so
it's super bold. That's a super bold pick.
Yeah, super bold.
Mine, damn. Mine's gonna be there's gonna be 2 wide receivers
playing at one time.
Schultz is not playing.
Schultz is what? Schultz
I thought he was
play.
injured.
Schultz will be playing.
Okay. So can I is this bold enough?
Let's
or do
hear
I
it.
have to limit it to wide receivers? Can I do 2 players on the Cowboys team will go for over 100 yards?
Yeah, that's bold because I don't even know if one player's went for over 100 yet. So if 2 go for 100 in a single game, I think that's bold. That means Cooper Rush threw for 200 yards, at least. So yeah, 2 players going for 100 yards. Do you dare name them though? For bonus points?
For bonus points, it would be TP20
for over 100 yards receiving.
Yes.
Whoa,
I think he's gonna. I think he's gonna break a large one and then probably catch a few more.
Okay,
that's possible. And then the other possible one is Noah Brown.
Oh, okay, so those are bold. That's bold. That's bold as brew. So we got our bold predictions. We got our score prediction. We did break down the game a little bit. We will be live streaming coming up this Sunday night on Sunday Night Football live stream watch party. We hope everyone in chat can come by. What are you? Down?
We on the last game, I didn't open up the lines. Steve Chili was supposed to be on tonight. I told him we'll get him on pregame.
Yep. Okay.
Nice. EJ wants on pregame as well, so they want us to go on earlier than usual.
Well, let's talk to Alex. Alex, will we be here an hour before?
What time's the game?
The game's at I believe 5:25.
It's a
fuck yeah,
Sunday night. It's a Sunday night prime time.
Well,
game.
Hey, behind baseball, I was ready to come down here early.
You jumped in like crazy. You got here, and if I wouldn't have brought it up 4 times, no one probably would have even known because it went off so flawlessly.
But what I'm saying is I'm down to get here earlier on Sunday, which would work out, and then we can set up or make sure everything's ready to roll and go.
But we got to set a time for people that I guess we could do that midweek too.
4:30 maybe.
I think an hour. Yeah, 4:30.
We'll do an hour.
Close to an hour.
4:30. That's Pacific time.
Yeah.
4:30
so Central,
PST.
6:30. Eastern will be 7:30.
Is our email Cowboys Can Fan or is it Dallas Cowboys Can Fan?
Just Cowboys Can Fan.
Yeah. Okay. So
at gmail.com.
So Steve, I'm gonna put on in the email us your deets. Cowboys Can Fan.
And we're on the West Coast in Canada, so
Gmail.
even right now it is 7:26 p.m. here. So we will be going live at 4:30. Obviously, that changes for whatever time zone you guys are in.
Hell yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to call us out. I think that was a good episode. This is a big week. Eagles week is always huge. There's a little bit of feistiness in the air. Online, people are going to battle. The memes have been fire. For the bandwagon boys over there, and for your host, Anthbess over here.
Holla, holla.
We out.